got the fishinator. The aficionator. It's gosh, it's been ages since I've been out. We sort of went into lockdown and I hadn't been out like for a couple of weeks before lockdown, and the weather was terrible, and then we went into lockdown and we came out of lockdown, the weather was still terrible, but we've finally got a beautiful day, like absolutely beautiful. So we've come out here to see if we can rustle up a feed. It's scallop season now, so that's first on the list, and then we'll go and see if we can maybe nab a fish or two. Got Chase and Chris over here, and we're going to chuck this baby in the water and get into it.
Nice, cute.
Alright, we're finally out on the water. It was a bit of a fuck up launching the boat. We had a bit of a muck around, but we got there in the end. We're at our first spot now. Me and Chase are going to jump in, see if we can grab some scollies. Alright, I thought I'd start off by talking you through a typical scallop dive. So I've had a really good breathe up on the surface, and I'm dropping in about 8 meters of water here. Once I get close to the bottom, I'm starting to scan for anything that would show me that might be a scallop there. Often it's just a little horseshoe shape of shells. The scallop will be completely buried, but sometimes they're pretty easy to see. I'm just swimming along, calmly looking side to side. Takes a bit, they're not really thick here, so you can cover a bit of ground before you find one. Oh, and here we have one. Awesome. That's one. Keep looking, keep looking. Yep, here's another one. It's a bit hard to see that one, but there was actually one there. Right, starting to run out of breath, so we'll get back to the surface. Nice couple of scullies. Well, alright, that was the first mission done. Was pretty good actually. It's like plenty of scallops there. Nice to see. Chase just didn't quite have the bottom time for it.
No, she's been a while.
Yeah.
The lungs need to be stretched.
Yeah, if you're not diving all the time, you quickly lose your dive fitness. But anyway, I managed enough for all of us, so we've got a nice haul of scollies sitting there in the bin. and I think we're gonna go and try and bang a fish over or something. So we'll see how we go. All right, we've pushed our way out of the bay. Had a dive on a spot in the bay, and there's sort of not really anyone home, so we've pushed out of the bay and found one of my favourite little spots. Fingers crossed for a king here, but if we don't find anything here, we're probably just going to go in the shallows and try for a cray or two. So let's see how we go here first. All right. Whoa, shivers! Just about fell over. The kingy spot was no good. It's real quiet actually. There's normally always kingies there, so I don't know. We're obviously there at the wrong time, but we decided to come in a bit shallow. We're going to actually have a bit of a cray dive. Hopefully get a few crays. Sack full of kinners. Chris is hanging out for the kinners. Been talking about them all day, and yeah. Alright, in the water and in the cray spot, I just spied this snapper cruising in between the boulders. I slowly dove down on him, managed to get a shaft into him. He's only little. Right, I'm down on the bottom and I'm looking under all the boulders for crayfish. I find one here, and as I come in, I put my hand above him. I'm using it to distract him while I get my lower hand into position. Then I can go for a grab. And got him. Couple of dives later I find this guy. He's pretty wary of me. I take a grab but I actually miss him. But I can see another set of feelers under this rock, so have a grab at this crayfish. I get it out, roll it over, and it's a female and it's still in berry, so we can't take that one. I found this big scorpion fish sitting here and actually went back to the surface and asked Chris if he wanted it. Well, obviously he said yes, so I've put a shaft into it. I sort of thought I'd brained this one, but he sort of came to life on the way to the surface.
Look, he's a big boy.
Yeah, he actually ended up being a pretty decent sized granddaddy harp hooker, that one, so it was a good one for the bag. So when I first got in the water, I'd set a burley and just come over to check it. I noticed this snapper just coming out into the open, so I stay where I am, and he turns around, he goes back down into the gutter, so I'm using the cover of the weed. I move down onto him and I've sort of got lined up, but he just gets onto me before I can get a shot away, and I kind of missed my chance. Okay, back out of the water, and I'm actually sitting on the boat alone at the moment. The boys are in the water over here. getting a feed of Kina. We got a few Kina in that last spot, and a crayfish, and I shot a snapper and a granddaddy half hooker, and Chase got caught a snapper on the line, and then I set a burley and I mucked up quite a nice snapper. I don't know, 10 pound or so. Anyway, we got Kina there but they're a little bit skinny, so we're seeing if we can upgrade, and then we're going to hit the beach. All right, we're back on the beach. It was we had a little bit of a mission getting the boat on the trailer. Our winch rope broke, everything got stuck, and we're stropping it up with strops, and made a big mess, but we got it out. It wasn't a big drama. Luckily the tide was going out, so there was no time pressure. But yeah, we're just gonna hook everything back up now and get out of here. I just thought I'd show you the catch before we bugger off though. We've got a bunch of decent Kina in there, nice fat granddaddy harp hooker, couple of snapper, the crayfish, and decent bag full of scallops. So you got to be pretty happy with that. That's pretty much it for this video though, guys. We're just gonna put our boat back on our truck and go back and clean up all the mess, and I'll say thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one, eh? Cheers.